Hello and happiest of the days. Teach you folks. I hope you guys are having just an absolutely amazing day. One of the top you've ever had in your entire life for you folks. So today, I wanted to do my next Let's Play. I think it's number 8 for Star Control 2 from 1992, Ur-Quan Masters, free version. I'll link it to you in both places in case you want to buy it or you can just play for free. All up and down the blocks for you folks. So, last time, I went and met the Utwigs. I met their allies, the Supuks. I got the Ultron to fix them out, and that sort of thing too. Also did some Rainbow Worlds this time, and then I talked to the Melmerman. Now we're going to start here, and now we're going to head to Earth, and now we're going to unload our stuff. Hopefully, and if it's ready to go. Go ahead and start the rebellion, otherwise we're going to go to a beta party. See my there. Soul system. So, hi, Venus. Weird. Yeah, let's go over here. Sorry about that. Now we're going to swim back here. Drop off all the things I got for sale.
Captain, I'm glad you made it back in one piece. There's something I think you should know. It would appear your diplomatic efforts have struck gold, Captain. We've been contacted by a race called the Zok-Fot-Pik, who wish to fulfill their part of the unification, something you have arranged with them, I gather. They have sent us specifications for the Stinger-class attack vessels, as well as a large number of Zok-Fot-Pik commanding officers. You're doing a fine job, Captain. Also, the Shofixti have returned. Their ships can now be built in our shipyards. With their vast numbers swelling our ranks, we won't have to worry about running out of able-bodied crew. And I'm sure their volunteers will reduce the cost for new crew.
Alright, so that's going to change where we're going to go. So I'm going to up off of these minerals.
Captain, you are to be commended. Keep up the good work.
The worlds. Now, can your scientists analyze what I've required since my last visit? Is also the last one.
The analysis reads as follows. Subject, Ultron device. Data? First, we thought this was a piece of junk. In fact, it may still be just that, but when you submitted it to us, we infused it with gamma radiation and found that the scatter signature was identical to the patterns recorded from the empties, the singing hoops, and the big dud, which were all found in precursor burrows on Procyon. Summary. We are now convinced that this is a precursor tool, but it remains dysfunctional. The next entry in the analysis is Subject Hyperwave Broadcaster, UMGA design. Data. This unit is capable of generating extremely intense hyperwave transmissions, though it is otherwise similar to our own casters. Summary. This thing would be great for practical jokes. You could scream boo from an orc cloud to scare the pants or whatever off of everyone in the system. If you used it in hyperspace, there's no telling who might hear you and come running. That's the end of our scientist's report.
Alright, so now we go. Alright, so goodbye, Commander. Now we're swim by Yehat.
We shall await your return, Captain.
This time. Instead. Alright, I'll put the starship. Our field there's fun. I'll go ahead. On here. Modules about. Let's head back. Exit the menu, shipyard. Now let's hire some more crew. Ford is missing. Now I have a bunch of options. I go ahead and hit here. I can choose the airforeign cruiser, done. Large nemesis, and the Shofixti scout. Not great, but you can drop up the ones I just outlined. We're going to take the Shofixti. Scout that. Save me. head to in space. Sorry, I did save the game, sorry about that. I'm bad at it. Now we're going to start map. You can see the Mycon moving, that's fine. We're going to start the Yehat rebellion. So that will be fine there. They're up. I'm pulling up the map. I now have the quasi space. Is there a quasi space portal that takes me near them? Yeah, portal H. Yeah, I'll use it. Head out there. Navigate, leave. So once more, if I wanted to, I could send back the since I'm here, I could do it. But instead, we're just going to go ahead and use the quasi pole. Head in here. And start the run. It was the force. It was coming here. Hopefully all the way there. Hello, yeah. Save. Verse?
What am I seeing on my view screen? It's none other than the flattened old face of our friend the human. But, old ally, are you not knowing that we, the Yehat, are allied with the Ur-Quan now? And your presence outside the slave shield and in an armed starship are clear violations of your oath of fealty. Whatever shall we do? It just isn't the right thing to kill you, human, but as a loyal member of my clan, I must obey the wishes of our queen.
You should be allies, friends. Explain why this cannot. They're just starship clones. These are the ones that you're going to get, I think.
Your words are flying in the face of the facts, human. We are no longer being your allies. But unlike the nobles of our homeworld, we of the Starship clans are bereaved at this course of events. The Queen's decision to be joining the hierarchy pains us.
Except it's at least help us with materials for our shop.
We cannot! To be doing so would be a direct violation of our Royal Queen's commands!
Mission. By your honor, the Yehat captain, I, Zelnick, master navigator, call upon you, the Starship Twins, to honor their word and fight for our cause.
As much as my heart cries to aid ye valiant human, I cannot! Each of us is sworn first to our queen, who has commanded us to treat ye as an enemy of the crown.
Your species' obligation cannot simply be forgotten. What about your honor, your pride?
Can't you see that you're killing me, human? The shame, the awful shame of it. What you say is true. We should be under the same wing, but damn your eyes! Our queen has given the Urquan our allegiance, and there is nothing I can be doing about it now!
So no minute. Alright. Sorry about that. I should have. along with the ship next. Okay, I'll go ahead and sit here at number 19. There we go. Talk to this one.
Human, what are you doing back here? Are you totally off your perch? We have sympathies for your cause, 'tis true, but we must obey the orders of our queen, however much we may disagree with them.
Not much about that. This may come as a shock, but this should fix it.
If this is being a true thing, there will be many changes, but we are a species long wise in the ways of deceit. You must be proving these words you say, Captain. Send the show fixed to us as a way of proof.
Alright, I'm sending over the show fixed. But don't mess with him, okay?
We're scanning the separation of a vessel from your fleet, Captain, and indeed, its configuration matches that of a show fixed scout vessel. This had better not be a trick, Captain. We are knowing the power of a glory device, and if you detonate the weapon near us, the price for you shall be dear. Very dear. The scout has docked, and we await the pilot's appearance at the airlock. The atmosphere cycle is complete. The door slides open, and... It's true! The show fixed the other line! Look at that fat muzzle, those shining black eyes, the sweet claws! Our children have returned from oblivion! But now we are faced with the cruelest truth. We who have sacrificed our honor, we who have lain with the enemy, we are not worthy. We are nothing. We are less than nothing. But wait, we're not Sparty. We're the Yehat of the Starship Clans. We will not let this lie any longer. Listen, as I speak these words. If our queen makes the dishonorable command, then it is the queen who has no honor. And the dishonorable queen is no queen at all. We, the Zeep, are the only clan who remember the true meaning of honor. We shall tear the queen from her throne. The 2,000-year reign of the Zeep queens is over. The revolution has begun!
Alright, now we have started. Yeah, everybody. Save. Welcome back, DD. And now navigate to the Mycon. Beta Copernicus. One, this is the old planet of the Syreen. Now we're heading to get the two Shattered Worlds in order to get some stuff. One will trade to Rouge for the part of the Ultron they have, and then the other one to LL. This is a Mycon space, so we might run into him. They're coming up on me. Pretty slow, sorry. They might be there on the arrival. It's Beta Copernicus 1, game, save. This one I will save, 19 won't be out. I might have to do some fighting on the map. Navigate to the first planet. This is the Shattered. So we have a few things here, so I'm going to save it. You can see we have some scan, some dispatch we're going to drop here. get some of that gold. There's also some gold rolls there too for getting the stuff for. From the surface, near an unusual volcanic fumarole, we have found a fragment of some kind of biological encasement or a shell, which is made of a incredibly tough, heat-resistant mat of fungal fibers. We can find no sign of any life form, which may have hatched from this region, but we will bring it back to the flagship for further study. That's your proof. You say it's true. They were destroyed by the Mycon. As the part of their scan, back to the dispatching and stuff. Now we're going to head over here. Get to get started. Actually, there's gold over here. That's everything. I'm gonna head back up here, take a quick look at my cargo. I think it's just all. Yeah, it's like I said, it's all gold or radioactive stuff. Game save. Now while I'm here, we're going to head to 2A and 3. Which are also gold, which are treasure rolls, 2 gold rolls. 2A. Fast mode is funny. 2A, gas jumper. Treasure world like I thought it was, yep. Alright. Dispatch. Good. More him. Okay. A couple more. We'll head back. Actually, I'll get a regular one, a small one, and a bigger one too. And head back. Drop right again. All right. We're good to go. No, so treasure word. Planet 3. Dispatch, not that much. Not as big either, but we'll take it out. Get it all the good stuff. Good gold. Palladium, and no piece of cheap gold. Actually, there was some gold there. Palladium back. Get back. For gold. Treasure metals that are yellow. Like silver, I mean. Platinum. Silver. Save it there too. Now we'll leave and go to Gamma Scorpora. Which is another one of these worlds, and that is 647 to 06. Apparently my AI on my phone, I was looking it up on it, so 647. Gamma Scorpio. I'm Mycon. Nope. Sorry. Oh, no, there's tons here. That's not good.
We are part of Jaffa. Jaffa is the heart of light in the darkness. All else is unfulfilled void. We are the Mycon.
Mycon, please understand, we wish peace.
A single spore of lands finds nourishment in decay, and soon attains maturity. In turn, it exhales a cloud of new life, 1,000 spores. Each lands finds nourishment in decay. So progresses Jaffa. Jaffa fills in my fibers, and I grow turgid. Violent action ensues.
It's gonna fight. So we're gonna fight it. Turn to face it. Not close enough yet. Alright, let's fire. Ships are not important to get their XP. their stuff. There we go. Alright. Sure will. Exit. 20. Scan. No, leave for here. Scan. Don't accidentally dispatch. So we're gonna dispatch myself. another unusual form more. Well, for your time, I'll just go ahead and skip past this. This is exactly what Auto scheme. Dispatch here. 2 for deep radioactive, which are very valuable stuff. Yep. So, head back to the surface, save. There we go. Now we're heading. Oops. Okay, we got away from this. Now don't go here, because you can see a bunch of people around. Go around here for a little bit. Until you got all those Mycon ships here. Makes sense? Then we'll head out. Just hit. There's a lot of game save. I'll save it here. 21. Converge.
We are the Mycon.
I wonder. No. I'll trouble myself. I'll see myself.
Juffa 1 fills in my fibers, and I grow turgid. Violent action ensues.
Unfortunately. Lost 30 people though. Lost 10 more. Good to go after this guy hard. Just a lot of people. Yeah, it's longer about them. Overall. Alright, we got a lot of that's good. Gamma Kepler. It's a treasure world. It's here. It was there. There's right through. save the game. 21. Another game. Yes. Actually, a ton of people on this. That's not good. Go ahead and see. You can tell it's like it is a rainbow, which is in the right place. What game save you it at the 22 spot, and then we'll just go ahead and attack. I'm just gonna do this again. Lost 3 people. Looks like there's a lot of people out here, actually. Weird. Fast too. Bit of radioactive. Do I want to grab some more kills to get more people? That's a hold off. I think we're good to go for them. Head to the Beetlejuice, which is an this is where the side we are. It's 412 by 376. Hi, Syreen. Stuff is win stuff. And we're gonna go all out with them and meet them too. concede I got a slave shield like me too. You choose to follow us out of slavery. Whoops, sorry. I'll try to scan it off. Scan it off. Exit. Navigate.
Attention, unidentified space vessel. Be warned. This slave world and its inhabitants belong to the Ur-Quan. I am Starbase Commander Talana of the slave planet Gaia. Your ship is not responding to standard hierarchy identification sequences. You are therefore classed as independent. And what? Is my monitor display correct? Is that a human commanding that vessel? Who are you?
Hello. I'm Captain Zelnick of the flagship Indicator.
Hello, Captain. But you haven't answered my question fully. Why are you here? Where are you from? Has the slave shield been lifted from Earth? Are the Urquan finally defeated? Simply put, Captain, what do you want from us?
We've come here to free you from slavery to the Urquan.
Look, friend, I appreciate your offer, but we don't want your help. Why? I'll tell you why. Because we're not going to do anything to antagonize the Urquan. That's why. We may not like slavery, but it's a damn sight better than our alternatives. Below us, we have a beautiful world. Maybe it's not Syra, but at least it's a home. That's a lot more than we ever had before the war, before the Urquan became our masters.
So, Commander Ta, what are you doing here?
When the Urquan conquered us over 20 years ago, I was only a young girl living in Habitat 31. My older sister Gianni was a starship officer in the Space Patrol. She was part of the final defense at Reiche. She didn't make it back. When the Urquan caught us in open space, we all thought we were going to die. But then, instead of killing us, the Urquan offered us a choice. We could join the ranks of their combat thralls, or we could be slave-shielded in our homeworld. Like the people of Earth, we chose peace. We became fallow slaves. When the Urquan told us to return to our homeworld, we explained that we had none. Ur-Quan Master 9 explained that they had encountered this situation before, and if we would provide them with a list of our requirements, they would use their extensive astronomical data stores to find a planet for us. So we told them about Syra, about the color of its sky, about the abundant life forms, about the fertility of the soil and seas. Less than an hour later, we received a terse message from Master 9. We were to proceed to these coordinates and disembark. This was to be our new home. But our new world, Gaia, was everything we described. We'd been searching for a home planet for 75 years, and in the end, it was our enemies who gave one to us. I grew up on a small island off the main continent, and like all of my people, we lived each day under the sick, red glow of the slave shield. When the Urquan arrived 7 years ago to refurbish and recruit this starbase, I was selected as the new commander.
So what happened to you at the end?
When we first met your people, we'd been wandering through the stars for almost 75 years, ever since the death of Syra, our home planet. We joined your alliance, and I use the word joined loosely, because we had no other choice. The Vox were raiding our slow habitat columns, and we had nowhere else to go. We fought for survival, Captain, nothing more. When your people on Earth were defeated, the Alliance just plain fell apart. The Yehat and Shofixti retreated to their native stars and didn't want us to follow. The Ariru, those creepy little weasels, just plain bugged out. Vanished, leaving us alone, with nowhere to go, smack in the path of the oncoming Urquan Armada. What were we supposed to do? Fight? 2/3 of our habitat fleet was unarmed. Many aren't even superluminal. We were going to be annihilated if we resisted, and we knew it. When the Urquan surrounded us and started giving orders that all ended with, "or die," we took them at face value. We obeyed. In exchange, they gave us Gaia, the planet below. It's a beautiful world, Captain. I wish I could show it to you. So don't misunderstand me. We love our freedom as much as anybody else, but we've got a good life here, and we don't want to lose it.
If you love freedom and hate the Urquan, why won't you help us?
Like I said before, Captain, we would like to help, but we are unwilling to risk losing Gaia. Unless you can find a much more compelling reason for us to get involved, you're on your own.
Would you tell me a little bit about your people and your
Our
culture?
species are almost identical, almost too close a match to be just a coincidence. Our bodies are very similar, Captain. Except for certain parts. Our cultural development is also mostly parallel. Like you Earthlings, we evolved a society from primitive tribes whose main function were to protect themselves from the large reptiles native to our old world. The main difference between our two sets of cultures, the split in the paths of our development, occurred in what would have been your prehistory, say 5000 BCE. In your world, the agricultural communities were conquered by the more primitive, but also more aggressive migratory herding peoples. This led to a particular kind of sexual and political dominant structure which pervaded almost all of your Earth cultures until the early 21st century. On Syra, our only primitive migratory tribes were confined to our mountainous regions. Their herd beasts, the Waimar, did not do well in the agricultural basins and plains. The two cultures were isolated until much later, when the technological superiority of the farmers curtailed any major conflict.
What was Syra like?
It was our paradise, Captain, our Eden. Earth is the only world we know of whose variety and richness of life even comes close to Syra. Again, like so many other things about our two species, our worlds were very much the same. At least before you began encasing yours in concrete and plastic. Syra's gravity was a bit lighter than Earth's, and its day was 50% longer. Our diurnal cycle is therefore different from yours. We spend 20 hours awake, followed by 10 hours horizontal.
What happened to Syra?
This subject is very difficult for us, Captain, but I will try to recount those sad days. Like your solar system, ours had a large population of comets and asteroids. Large meteor impacts, though rare, were not unheard of on our planet. So it was not a total shock when an asteroid penetrated our atmosphere and hit the surface. What was odd was that unlike most other meteors, this one was not pulverized on impact. It penetrated the crust, and indeed went all the way through to the mantle, causing a supervolcano. The earthquakes caused by the impact were severe. The magma pumped out of the caldera wreaked significant damage on the nearby terrain, but within a few weeks it had cooled, forming a solid rock bandage over the wound. Within a few months, we had cleaned up the mess. The caldera was calming down nicely, and things were pretty much back to normal. Then, just over a year after the impact, all hell broke loose on the surface of Syra. Huge calderas were opening all over, not just around the meteor impact, but everywhere. The scope of the disaster is impossible to imagine. Entire cities sliding into oceans of molten lava, kilometer-wide sections of land pulverized by a cataclysmic explosion, and clouds of poison gas and superheated steam created a death shroud around Syra.
Oh, now, I'm sorry. Isn't that outfit knife included a bit absurd?
Maybe some other time, Captain. I can show you the hidden functionality of my uniform. Knife included.
What happened to the males of your species?
When Syra was destroyed, the only people who survived were in orbit, and most of them were members of our newly established, mostly female space patrol. From their ships, their orbital platforms, and their lunar outposts, they watched Syra die. Within 3 days after the cataclysm began, the surface temperature of Syra had risen by almost 75 degrees to above the boiling point of water. It became clear that Syra, our paradise, our Eden, was gone. The survivors spent years in orbit. They made a few missions to the surface and actually found a handful of survivors. But their main activity was to make preparations for departure. The Space Patrol fitted makeshift drive units to anything that could hold air. Orbital factories, research pods, even hotels. When the fleet was ready, they left orbit and never looked back. The final population of our species was less than 10,000, with only 500 males, but they were the best and the brightest. For the next 75 years, our people wandered at sublight speed through the stars, looking for a new home.
Don't you ever feel lonely? I'm trying to get to the one where it says that she has to offer to tell him about Syra, but I'm trying to figure out where that one is.
Don't worry about us, Captain. We make out all right.
Goodbye, Toronto.
Until then, Earthling.
I thought that was one and so basically what would happen if that were the case, but I thought that had happened with the Melmore, but I'll go back to the Melmore and see if I can exhaust them. That's what I'm going to do. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do next. I'll go to the Melmore. I'll just do that. Try to get them taken care of and then bring back here to Beetlejuice. Get that taken care of. So that's what I'll do next. I hit the Melmore, start to sell them the information that I have and get them more information. That's what's going to happen next. So make sure, because they did tell me about this, and I did save it, but I don't know that they actually. Just want to make sure that's what they do. Alright, so there you go. So that'll be I'll do that again tonight. Then come back to this later tomorrow. All ready to go for you folks. Alright, so we got the Yehat Rebellion started. We got by the Mycon space. Grab those two things. And that's what we're going to do. Maybe I also just need to go by my space station and get those two. So I'll check that out too. And then we'll come back and see if that happens too. Alrighty, so there you go. And thanks again so much for your time. Hope you appreciated it. And that's another thing too. If you like that, please do. If you want to check it out, please do all the YouTube stuff and that sort of thing too. Like the subscribe button, like button, share button, the bell icon, all that stuff too. And I want to thank you so very, very much for just taking some time out of your day and investing it, right, and watching my videos, because we all have so many things, right, that are happening in our lives. And we're pulled in so many different directions too, right? So thank you. So this time with me, that's incredibly humbling. And I appreciate that so very, very much. Thanks again, and have